Hey everybody, so on today's job we're doing a concrete overlay, so a simple broom finish concrete overlay. We got a 12 by 16 concrete patio, a little rough, it got rained on, so the surface was a little bit rough, so we're going to just resurface it, give it a nice broom finish, make it look like brand new again. The concrete was a little pitted to prep it. We're just going to grind it today. Could pressure wash this probably and be okay, but we like grinding stuff because we like keeping it nice and open so it'll receive the not only the SureBond primer but also the overlay product itself. So this is the first stage right here. Take a look at what the concrete looks like. You see it's a little pitted on the surface. You can see some exposed aggregate. This is going to all look brand new when we're done, and the grinding really takes off anything on the top that's soft, so it gets off all the soft concrete, gets it down to where it's really nice. You can see over there what Darren's grinding. It's going to get it down to some really nice hard concrete where the surface is still really open and ready to accept the overlay. So just pressure washing might not get all that soft concrete off. You know, it'll probably clean it okay, but this is definitely a little bit better way to go. Ground and pretty much cleaned off. Next thing you do is vacuum it, and we'll get the leaf blower, we'll blow it, make sure we get all the dust off, make sure it's really clean. Then the next step basically is to patch any little deep spots that are deeper than 1/8 of an inch. So we'll inspect the slab. I think we got a couple of them here so we can show you that. There's a couple here on the edges we want to do. I think there's a couple over here where the rain, well actually not where the rain drips off the roof, but there's just like a line right here. There's a couple little deep spots there. We'll probably just patch in advance so those places don't mirror through the overlay, because the overlay is pretty thin. And that'll be the next step. So we just got to get this thing clean first, and then we'll prime those spots and then mix up some patch. All right, so after everything's all clean and you determine which spots need to be patched, we just mix up some of Decocrete SureBond 100, and we have 50-50 with water, and we just kind of paint brush them into the lower areas, and that's going to prime it for the patch material. It'll help make it bond a little bit better. That's their SureBond 100 right there. That's it. I mean, just let that, you know, so there's no puddles in there. As soon as there's no puddles, it can still be wet, and then you can patch, stop patching right over it, just like that. This is the patch material we're using, Decocrete's Easy Patch, fast setting patch. Usually takes 10-15 minutes to set up. We'll just mix up a little bit in a bucket, just mix a little at a time. Don't try to mix half a bag, you're going to lose some of it. If you got to make multiple little small batches, then that's probably better off. And then just you'll see we'll trowel it in there and just smooth it off, not be too crazy fussy, because we can use a rubbing stone to smooth it out after it sets up. Hey guys, if you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. You must really be interested in learning how to overlay some concrete. Maybe you got something you got to resurface. So look, this video gives you a really good overview of like what we do and how we do it. I go more into depth in the concrete underground, so if you've really got something you're going to try on your own, you know, you probably should join the concrete underground for at least a month. Go in there and go through some of these overlay videos, and then you also have access to me in there one-on-one for some coaching if you need it, and that way you make sure you do it right. But this video gives you a really good idea of kind of what it takes to overlay some concrete, and this is the most basic really part, is just a simple 2-layer overlay with a broom finish on the second layer, and then it just, you know, makes the concrete basically look like new again. So you can use this on sidewalks, you can use it on a patio like this, you could do it on a pool deck, you could do it on a driveway. And you could just leave it smooth if you want. You don't have to pull a broom finish over the second one. And So I'm just going over, like I said, I'm filling in the lower spots. We found that getting the lower spots filled in first, letting them kind of dry up, and then just kind of doing one nice even thin coat over it works best. All right, so once the patch material sets up, cures up, gets hard, you can just scrape it smooth, get it down flush with the existing concrete, and then we'll just clean it up again, and then we'll be ready to put on the bonding agent for the overlay, the first pass of the overlay. All right, so the bonding agent does a couple things. Obviously, it does what its name is. It helps the overlay bond to the concrete, but it's kind of like a sealer too. Like it soaks down in there and it seals up the pores on the inside. So when you lay that bonding, when you lay the overlay down, the overlay is going to want to sink. Just gravity is going to want to sink into the pores of the concrete, and when it does that, it usually pushes out some air, and you end up with all these pinholes and these bubbles in your overlay, and that's just kind of a pain in the butt. Then you got to basically just do another extra layer over it. So the bonding agent part is really, really important on this. All right, so we're using Decocrete's trowel overlay for this room finish. The first coat is just going to be squeegeed down smooth. It's like the base coat. And then once that dries, we'll go over it again with another coat and broom that coat. So it's about 6 quarts of water to a bag. This stuff comes gray already. We're just going to leave it gray. You just get it all mixed up into like a pancake batter mix, and then you let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes. And then you hit it with the mixer again. If you need to sprinkle a little more water on it, you can do that to get it to the consistency you like. That's basically how you mix it right there, just with water, 6 quarts of water. All right, so we let the mix sit for 2 or 3 minutes. We're just retempering it, getting it ready to go. And just before we stop putting it on the concrete, you just want to dampen the concrete. The concrete wants to be damp, not dry. And we're going to be ready to start going here.
Let me just wait until you get close to me, and then I'll do it again.
I'm just going to let it go down over here. So when we put the overlay material down, there's a certain technique that we like to use, and you can kind of watch us here. I did speed it up just a tiny bit, but it gives you a good idea of how we just go over this with the first layer. And you can see I'm walking right in it, but I got special shoes with spikes on it so I can walk right in it. And then it's okay if you have a few little bumps here and there. You can use a rubbing stone or some, even some heavy grit sandpaper before it sets up too hard, and you can kind of smooth it out before you put the second coat on. But you can see how I'm just going to go back and forth trying to keep a roll out in front of me, and that's basically the easiest way to do it. And I'll go back and try to touch up some of those drips if I can. I'm not going to spend a ton of time. Just, the better you get at putting this down, the smoother you get it as you do it. That's all. That's called a magic trowel right there. Basically, it's a squeegee, but it's a really flexible one, and that really helps lay it down nice and easy too. But you can see already how it's making that concrete slab that had all that spalling and the pitting from freeze and thaw, how it's already smoothing it out and making it look really nice. So the material itself will fill in some pitting and some scaling, but if they're too deep, like I said, you got to patch them first. Otherwise, if you go drag this stuff over and it's too deep, you're going to notice it afterwards. This stuff is designed to look that wet too. Like I said, like a wet pancake batter mix. It's got polymers in it. Polymers are basically the glue in there that help it stick to the concrete. And, that's kind of why you got to once you mix it up in the bucket, you got to let it sit for a couple minutes to make sure those polymers really soak in all that water and they start doing what they're supposed to do, what they're designed to do. But you can see once you get a roll of that stuff going, it goes down pretty easy. You just don't want to pull it out dry if you don't have to. Then you start just making yourself work a little bit harder. This patio, this was 16 by 18. Now we get calls to do this stuff all the time. You know, we do add them into our workload when we can, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that we pour a lot of concrete. Like basically we're pouring concrete every day, whether it's, you know, I didn't do this patio, but we do a lot of patios like this. We do a lot of concrete floors inside garages and houses, a lot of slabs. We do a lot of stamped concrete we do. And all that stuff, like I have all trainings for that in the concrete underground too. If you're thinking about maybe doing something like that, you want to try it on your own. Even epoxy coatings, like we do a lot of those epoxy flake coatings in garages. And I can help train you on how to do that if you want to learn how to do that. But let's just get this overlay finished up. And this is the first step. Now, luckily right now we're kind of in the shade, like the sun has gone in behind the clouds. What makes doing this stuff a little tricky is when you got part of it in the sun, part of it in the shade, then it's drying at two different rates. And that just kind of makes things a little more difficult if you don't really know what you're doing. So I would suggest, you know, if you're doing something, either you do it early in the morning before the sun comes up or later in the afternoon after the sun's gone down. Try to get it, if you can, try to do it in the shade if you're doing it in the summer when it's nice and cool. This stuff does cure up pretty quick. I mean, if you had if you had to, you could leave it with just one coat like that. It actually looks pretty good, but you'll see after it cures up, it cures a little blotchy with just one coat. When you put that second coat on, that kind of evens things out really nice, makes it look a lot more even as far as a finished look. Now we're going to end up broom finishing this. You'll see how we do that. But you could, like I said earlier, you could just leave it smooth like this if you want. There's no reason you can't leave it smooth and just, you know, spray some sealer on it afterwards and then it's done. So you could use this in a shed. You could use this on a shed floor, a shop floor. Basically anything. This stuff is like 6,000 PSI, so it's actually stronger than concrete. It'll hold up to vehicle traffic. It's really strong. It's just got to be done right. You know, the prep's got to be done right. That's the key. That's the most important thing. The preparation and then the application like we're doing here. Everything's got to be done right in order for it to hold up. We got just a little too much on there, so we're just going to squeegee it back in the bucket instead of just pulling it. Now Luke's going around the edges with a sponge. He's kind of sponging the edges. We just, you know, we want to fill in any little imperfections on the edges too, but we really want the edges to look the same color as the top when we're all done, because this is this guy's landscaping right here. He has 6 inches of that concrete showing, so kind of wanted it to look all the same color when we're done. Alright, so that's how you do the base coat. Just basically skim it down, you know, use the aggregate in the overlay itself kind of as your gauge for the thickness. Don't pull it too tight because you want to build just a little bit. You want to make sure you fill in any imperfections. And it's starting to turn, you know, already light brown. It's already drying over here where it's in the sun. This won't take very long to dry. We just got to let it cure up enough so it's all dry. We can walk back on it and put on the second coat. Second coat's basically done the same way. The only extra step in the second coat is we'll need a guy right out here running a broom, pulling a broom right across it as soon as we get it down. Otherwise it'll dry too fast and it won't take the broom mark. So we're going to let this dry up for a little bit and we'll be back. Alright, so it's about an hour later. Things are cured up good enough so we can go over it with a second coat, give it the broom. Really wanted to dry up pretty good. There's a couple little darker spots, but they're hard enough so we can go right over them. So we're going to mix up the second bag, get that basically to the same consistency. We'll dampen this a little bit as we go again. Just keep it damp, squeegee it down, pull the broom. Yeah, you can see how nice and light that cures up in just an hour. And that's still with most of that in the shade. If it was in the sun, it would have took half the time to dry up. So again, you know, one bag really did this whole thing, one and a half bags or so, and then we can mix all that up. But the key is on this part right here is you got to be able to pull that broom right after you get it down squeegeed. Otherwise, it's gonna start to tighten up on the surface, and your broom marks aren't gonna look very good. And I want, you know, we want to leave enough material, like Luke's squeegeeing it out right now. He wants to leave me enough material when I broom to actually be pulling just a little bit of material right off the edge of the slab when I get done brooming. I mean, I don't want to make a mess, but I want to be pulling back just a little bit of a roll as I'm pulling that broom, and that's perfectly normal. I will go around the edges one more time too, just touch up the edges, make them look nice and neat. But you can see how nice that looks now. Remember, if you go back to the beginning of the video, how pitted and how scaled this was from just the freeze and thaw. And that could have been for many reasons. I don't know if the guy put salt out here or de-icing stuff, or if the concrete was just bad or weak, or if it was never sealed. You know, when it rains on a slab like this and then it freezes, that water gets down in the slab and freezes, expands, and just pops the surface off. So that's what happened here. All right, so that's it. Rebroomed. Looks like a brand new slab. I'm gonna just finish touching up the edges, let it cure out, and we'll come back in a few days, spray some sealer on it, and that's it. We'll be done with this job. That's how you do it.